Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Esteban Hours Week in Reviews Sound Off. I'm your host, Esteban, and today's topic is on Trump's fraudulent legal defense fund hacked. That's right. His website has been hacked, and in fact, it was hacked last week, and it's still there right now as we speak. We're going to discuss that, but before we do, let's bring in author and activist Jeremy Baker and
What's up?
creator and co-creator and co-creator and, and co-producer and contributor to the Weekend Review, Mr. Mike Felino.
Hello, how are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to understand how we can communicate such great distances over websites and they're not getting hacked. It seems like it's doable, so.
Well,
Apparently,
the first thing I think we all want to say is we want to give a round of applause. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
I love you, whoever you are. If you're watching,
We love you dearly.
I would love to interview you. No face, no face, just voice. Just please. I love you. You're my hero. You are my passive aggressive hero. I love you.
This was the greatest thing that we've seen in a long time. Whoever decided to take his fraudulent website and hack it with the truth. The truth hurts, right?
Yes,
so he must be really, really grinding his teeth right now. But I asked a question when I first saw that. Did he fire his production team or did he just not pay them? As to how that was easily hacked and why it's still there almost a week later.
Does he even have a production team?
I just want to say I think it shows that website is very cheap put together and most likely is not very secure, considering it's a donation website and people are putting personal information and bank account information and giving their hard-earned money to a website that somebody literally hacked and has not been fixed as of right now. I just checked it.
Yeah.
Well,
currently it's still not fixed.
It's interesting because, you kind of feel bad. I mean, kind of, but not really, for the people who are contributing to Donald Trump, the billionaire's legal defense fund.
No.
But no, I don't. I'm kidding. But what I find interesting is the man is, or let's just say whoever he has in charge, cares so little for the function and safety and security of that website that no one's even thinking, can the money that gets contributed be taken from the fund by a hacker? So I know that Trump and his team don't care about the people he's grifting from, but when someone takes his money because his website was done by the same NFT strip mall guy, right, then who's he going to get mad at? Because when you don't pay the professionals and you want to go cheap, this is what you get.
Right. Absolutely. I think the first shocker was reading it, right? And we're gonna go through it. We're gonna read it right now. That was the first shocker, and then the second shocker is it is still there for someone who is so pompous and arrogant and full of lies. You would think that he would pull that down in the twinkling of an eye. I don't want anyone to tell me that he doesn't know. Somebody ran to him and told him, Trump, look. You know that. How is that still up? I mean, I'm in awe, right?
While we're on the subject, why don't we show the viewers the beauty of Trump's legal defense page? I love it.
There you go,
God, dude.
Do not support Donald Trump's fraudulent Patriot legal defense fund. I love how they crossed out Trump and put, hey, America is already great. Isn't that the truth? When I first saw that, I said to myself, do you remember a couple of years ago? No, not a couple of years ago. Back in Obama's tenure, Michelle Obama said something about in an interview that years ago she was not so proud of her country. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And the right tore her up for that. How could you not love your country and be patriotic? Which was not what she was saying. She was just saying that things have gotten so bad that she's basically taken a second look to what America has become. But now, as we fast forward, make America great again. But America is great. We are the greatest country in the world. So how come the Republicans don't pounce on that?
It's amazing to me that the people that want to make America great are actually destroying democracy and the Constitution in the process. It's kind of ironic, I think.
Hey, that's part of the brainwashing, right? I mean, that's what you do.
And they call themselves patriots too, is what pisses me off the most. That's the part that really irks me.
You steal words, you redefine what those words are, you regurgitate those fake definitions to the group of people you're trying to brainwash, you repeat it, you make them feel like they're part of something, a movement. They're going to change the whole world. They're going to save their country. They're going to champion democracy. But really, they're doing everything to subvert that. But I mean, this also comes back down to the fragility of the man in charge here. This man that's trying to get people to believe that they're patriots, right? They're great Americans for helping him, the billionaire,
right,
who is begging for money on his website that is hacked by probably someone guessing the password 123. Yes. So if America's so great,
probably I'm great.
It probably just says I am Trump. But I mean, I just don't understand. The man puts his brand on everything, right? He was talking today, I think, or yesterday, about fleeing the country in his Trump-branded jet. We should talk about that in a moment, maybe, how he's talking about his plans for fleeing prosecution. But he puts his...
believe it?
I can believe it.
A presidential candidate is talking about possible plans of fleeing the country. If he was being serious, but even if he wasn't being serious, that's something serious to say publicly, is it not?
He has no sense of what he's saying. He believes whatever he says can be true if enough people say it, if he repeats it. The man has no sense of humor, right? We're talking about someone that's never touched an animal that he hasn't eaten on a bun. And I mean, think about it. There's no pictures of this man with any sort of humanity or compassion. So
we got a picture for the end of the show. Oh, do we have a picture? All right.
Okay. Play the video where it talks about what's going on with this hack.
Yes. And well, this isn't about the hack. This video is just pretty much talking about Trump's legal spending for so far this part of the year. But I figured it would be appropriate considering the donation website has been hacked, which is not going to help his problems at all. So here we go.
ABC News, the super PAC supporting the former president spent more than $40 million on legal costs in just 6 months. On the campaign trail in Pennsylvania overnight, Trump bragging about being able to self-fund his own campaign.
You know, so they call up these rich guys. They call, I'm richer than they are, but they call up and they say, and I'll put as much money into the campaign as I need. Believe me, if we need to do it.
But his super PAC is footing the bill for witnesses and close aides who asked the former president for help. Much of that money coming from small dollar donations by Trump supporters.
They've broken the veil by indicting me with this ridiculous. These are ridiculous.
Shut up.
Look, the grifting that he's doing is astronomical. But not even that. It's just sad to see my fellow Americans giving their hard-earned money to this guy.
I have read stories where Americans, naive Americans, like Mike said, they believe they're participating in something bigger. They think they're actually saving democracy, when in fact they're doing the opposite. They're being led astray. I've read stories where divorces have happened because men, and mostly men, of course, have mortgaged their paid-off homes and sent in the entire amount to Save America or the Save America PAC or whatever.
That is a actual documented phenomenon that happens in cults. People start selling off their property. People start looking at everything they have as worthless unless they can get something for it that they can then contribute to the cult, which is really going to the cult leader.
I have not heard that. That is incredible. Oh my goodness.
This is
I'm not
extremely
surprised.
cultish behavior. It's they
Oh,
idolize one person. He can do no wrong, obviously. 4 indictments and 91 charges, and 15% of the country still believes that he did nothing wrong.
And for 40 million,
15%, that's millions of people. I mean, that's a large group.
$40 million in legal in the last 6 months. Was that what the video said?
And that was before the RICO charge.
Correct. Now let's think about that. Let's think about that. If you're a billionaire, $40 million isn't actually a lot because a billion is enormous. But let's just say $40 million for any one billionaire or not is surprisingly large for a legal fund. Like you said before, it's really gotten serious, which this is going to bankrupt his own bankruptcy. But the man doesn't actually have the money enough to pay that, right? In the video, he said he was going to contribute to the campaign. He's the richest. Nobody's richer than me.
Look,
he's not
on
contributing
paper,
anything. He's begging for his own defense.
He's contributed to nothing. He's contributed to nothing. We even see his rallies where he says he's going to pay for a round of drinks and he's going to pay for burgers, right?
Yep.
So that he can get that photo op. And he ends up walking out time after time after time, paying for nothing.
See, Trump is on paper rich. Properties that are overvaluated. We're seeing that with New York.
Yep.
He's not worth as much as he's claimed, or that he's technically, whoever evaluated that. So on paper, he's worth money, but all his money's tied up. Donald Trump doesn't have this kind of cash laying around. Okay, he's not Fox News that has $5
million equity assets in liquid assets in his account to be able to pull out and just pay for legal.
Right, he's not like Fox News. He can't drop $800 million and continue being the best, or not the leading watch news station in the country.
Right.
He's not Fox News. He doesn't have that kind of liquid cash. You know what I'm saying? He is in trouble.
Pull that letter up again. Let's read a little bit of it for our audience who may not have read anything of this hacked notice. Okay, it said. I'm going to read a little bit of it. Okay, for the audience. In our country, everyone has to follow the rules, no matter who they are. Our Constitution, the big rule book of our nation, says that we're all equal. Nobody gets special treatment. I want to talk a bit about lying. A lie is when someone doesn't tell the truth on purpose. It's like saying you ate an apple when you really ate a cookie.
I love this person. I love it.
Trust. Imagine if your friends didn't believe you anymore because you lied a lot. In some cases, like when people lie to the courts or to the police, it's not just bad, it's a crime. Being honest is really important. If a leader isn't truthful, it's hard to trust them, and that makes them dangerous. Our Constitution helps us when things get tough and when we're not sure about our leaders. We need to make sure everyone tells the truth and does the right thing. We should care about what's right and good for our country, not just one person. As we watch what's happening with Trump, let's remember to always look for the truth. That's what being an American is all about.
Damn, I love this person.
I got to tell you, that sounds a lot like Jack Smith in there.
This was a beautiful
look at the
letter. This was a beautiful letter.
You'll see here.
ACLU.
These are the new donations you can make. ACLU.
Oh my God.
They changed the freaking donation links on the website, guys.
That's right.
How many MAGA cultists have actually clicked those links because they just honestly don't know any better? I would guarantee you at least 1,000.
Yo,
because they can't read.
Credit where credit is due. This is a masterpiece of you know what? Fighting back sometimes you got to fight dirty against these people. And I'm glad this person took the gloves off a little bit, because I don't condone breaking the law, obviously, because hacking is illegal.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to let this one slide.
Okay. So let's play Republican for just a second. And let's say hacking's legal. What are you talking about?
Right. I mean, they're perfectly fine with it, getting shit that doesn't belong to them. I mean,
if hacking's legal,
Hunter Biden,
then who cares about the voting machines?
I know, right? I mean, hey,
right?
But
Their
whoever
whole
did this and the
premise is that the voting machines are being hacked, which are like not even linked up to any actual network. But yet the site where they are being begged to give all of their money to is literally still hacked almost a week out. That's amazing to me that the grift is so in the open and his followers are so blind. I mean, I was looking at Grift Social earlier. I wanted to see if there was any like chatter about this. There isn't. Why? Because they are willfully ignorant. They're not going to broadcast or even acknowledge something truly negative about themselves.
I was just about to say that they can't acknowledge that this has actually happened to them. And who are they going to blame? Are they going to blame President Biden? Are they going to blame the Democrats?
They're going to blame Biden.
They blamed Biden for Hurricane Hillary.
Yeah, we're talking about conspiracy theorists here, okay?
Let's
you
do
know
it.
Biden got into somehow got with the NSA and the CIA and like the deep state, and then they hacked his way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Be creative. Come up with a conspiracy.
I want to hear.
I get so much satisfaction out of this, and I don't know why. I just am like, I'm touched. Thank you so much. I'm gonna cry.
All right.
I'm
So,
a hero.
You know, so he announced today in the news media that he will be turning himself in on Thursday, August 24th, right? We all know why, because the Republican debate will be held tomorrow, Wednesday, and so that he can suck up all the air, and that no one will talk about the debate on Thursday. He decided he's gonna turn himself in so that the topic of discussion could be him. Now, smart.
Oh, sorry.
He said,
sorry, guys.
Smart, but at the same time, are we not tired of this scene? This scene has been played over and over and over again. Are we not sick and tired of it? Yes, people want to see him get arrested again. But rightfully so, the Republican debate has a right to be discussed, to be debated upon, whether it's good or bad. Am I correct?
100%.
I'll just say it. Donald Trump is just such a little bitch. He has to have all the attention all the time. He's such a narcissist. He's the most thin-skinned baby I've ever seen. Like,
Alpha
you can't
male.
say nothing bad about this guy. Like you said earlier, the polls, general polls for you know, for the one that we are concerned about showed 66% or 60 some odd percent unfavorable of Donald Trump, or they just are kind of blue and iffy. That's the majority. So he freaked out and literally posted at least 15. I think Mike said he's still posting polls that show him in the lead. Like, he cannot take it. And instead of debating about topics, he's going to be a punk and go on with Tucker Carlson and make it all about him and his indictment again. Like, there is.
I'm glad you mentioned Tucker Carlson, because, all right, it's obvious that the two rats are cozying up to each other that have no other platform that will even touch them because they're beyond toxic. But I mean, it goes to show the whole alpha male thing, right? You know, Donald Trump is the man's man. He's the alpha male. He's the greatest male American there ever was. But like you said, he's a punk. The guy avoids confrontation, not of the physical type, because, you know, that's not going to happen, but he avoids every intellectual challenge that comes his way, whether it's which color to choose in checkers or whether to debate his fellow Republicans on policy. He's incapable of forming an opinion that will change minds other than in the negative. So all he does is rattle on to get his base going so that it looks like he's winning in their mind. That's it.
Let me share something with you guys. You're gonna laugh at this. You all know who Roseanne Barr is, right? The actress Roseanne Barr, who was taken off of her own show. And you know that she's a very big Trump supporter, right? Or she was.
Huge.
Huge. Okay. So she came out with a statement a couple of months ago, and I happened to come across this because I was watching her YouTube channel that she has, being that she doesn't have a primetime show, and she said in regards to Trump that Trump is the first woman president.
As much as I can't stand Roseanne Barr, that is actually pretty
Oh
funny.
man.
She
That
said,
is actually pretty funny.
actually said that Trump is the first woman president.
Okay, as a joke, that is
That's
funny.
pretty
I'll
good.
agree with that.
It was
That's pretty good.
hilarious. I was laughing for several minutes. I thought it was hilarious. And then more hilarious,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
The state of things.
All right. So we're
Complete
told
nuts.
that Trump's lawyers, they were in court and they negotiated that he will pay 200,000 bail bonds, and he has to come up with 20% of that. So that is what he would have to pay. This is a we'll put this up here. This is a quote that a tweet that I wrote that says Trump plans to suck up all the Republican debate media coverage by turning himself in on Thursday. The GOP debate is about who's best will market themselves to the party, but Trump said no. The discussion will only be about him. Great
That's
way
right.
to make America great again. Yeah.
The guy's
it's
so
true.
pathetic, man. I mean, this is like Mike said, this is very, very textbook cult
Yeah.
behavior, cult leader. And if we're talking cults, he's got the largest one in the history of the
But-
world.
His
And
cult
they don't
already
agree with that.
his cult already drank some of the Kool-Aid. They at least sipped it or made Jello shots out of it. That's what January 6th was, right? All the January 6th defendants are telling you in their testimony, in their plea deals, in whatever it is, they're saying we took orders from Donald Trump. There's almost none of these people that have said in court, no, this was my idea. I kind of came up with this on myself. Whether they're throwing Trump under the bus or they believe it, the answer is they've already drank the Kool-Aid. Some of them have woke up. You look at the QAnon shaman, he came out and he's saying the same things again. This is what happens. You poison people's minds because they're so afraid. People that have nothing, people that all they have are their fears and their prejudices, and they're fostered by who? The president of the United States, right? Well, if he says it, it's true. And all he cares about is what he says. He wants them to think of Trump, the president, not the president, Donald Trump, Trump, the president, Trump, their hero. That's all he cares about.
And if it's not a cult, then why would somebody, if it's not a cult, why would somebody do this?
I mean,
Excellent fashion sense.
Yeah, that is.
I thought his beard was part of Trump's hair. Oh, that's amazing.
That's what it looks like too. I know we got to wrap it up soon, so I'm going to leave it at this. I mean, no, go ahead, you guys. I'm not gonna say it. I'll get myself in trouble. Get myself in trouble.
But nicely.
Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is that we still have a lot that we're going to be dealing with Mr. Trump. We kid and we give our opinions on everything going on. But the truth of the matter is that this is a very serious situation from beginning to end. This is a very serious situation. So, we thank everyone for joining in and engaging in this opinionated talk. But we hope that everyone continues to keep their eye on the prize, which is 2024 of not voting Donald Trump or any of the miserable Republicans into office. And that is the main point. No matter what we say or how we feel, is to realize that this is a serious situation, serious with law and order, serious with our democracy, and serious with one another, because we are Americans. And this is an American ex-president that we are laughing about. And if we as Americans are laughing about our ex-president, an American, then think about what everyone else around the world is doing. Every one of these arrestings, right? Every one of these indictments, people are just laughing and laughing and laughing. You know where I laugh? Is when Republicans say that international folks are laughing at us because of President Biden. Now that's a laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely hilarious. Okay. Any last comments, gentlemen?
No, are we allowed? Are we gonna take it out on that video I made, or are we just? Are you gonna let me play it?
Go ahead. I'll let you play it.
I have to.
Going after child sex predators and traffickers. Bonnie Willis should be going after murderers, rapists.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
something right there.
Wow. So you answered her question. She asked
Not only
asked for the DA to go after murderers and rapists, and in showing that picture, that seems very questionable.
Hey, she must not know. Y'all can Google it. He was buddy with Epstein. All right, that's all I'm saying. And that picture speaks volumes. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Now, with all neutrality, okay, there are others who were good friends with Epstein as well. There were Democrats that were good friends with Epstein as well. So I want to put that out there.
There's a lot of scummy people out there
on both
doing
sides.
really, really scummy things.
There is,
a lot
but
of them are running our world.
I'm tired of them using him as the poster board for
being
respectful to women and not being involved with people like Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, come on, I'm tired of that. They act like he's like the God-sent candidate who can do no wrong. I mean, we're showing pictures. This is not AI shit. This is like real pictures that we're showing you, and like get it through your heads that this is not, Trump is not a good person. He's not a good man. He only gives a shit about himself. He would have spent, that's what I wanted to say. If you guys think, anybody out there that's watching, if anybody thinks that he's going to be in office and do administrative stuff to help the American people, no, he's going to spend the next 4 years going after every single person that ever spoke out against him. And he's going to find ways to stay in power. That is literally what he's going to spend the next 4 years doing. Nothing will get accomplished except rich people will continue to get rich and us poor people will continue to get shit on. That's all that's going to happen.
Yep.
That's right. And remember, he's already telling us in every one of his rallies what he's planning to do, what he's going to do if he gets back into office. Yes, one of the other things that he mentioned is that he wants to consolidate most of the government agencies. He wants to do away with the FBI and the Department of Education.
Easier to control.
So that he would be able to control the government more in a simplified manner. Yes. But that is how dictatorship comes on, right?
Correct.
By getting rid of all of the checks and the balances.
Oh, hold up. Can I show
the Supreme Court?
Hold up. All right. Sorry to interrupt you guys, but I got a really good, looks like breaking news from Paul that I'm going to show on the screen.
Breaking news. So do we do one of these?
Breaking news on MSNBC. Witness number 4 in the documents case retained new counsel, which means he's flipped basically and has turned over evidence implicating that they deleted security footage. Oh my God, I'm so happy right now. What? Come on now. Yes. Thank you, Paul. I love you, buddy. Thank you.
This is This is a good wrap up because it again has to do with the security of networks. So the man didn't have any regard for reality and just was like, yeah, we'll just delete this stuff. No one will notice. We'll just flood the server room with the pool. No one will notice. Oh,
because
man.
Again, the man thinks that he's God, and it's ridiculous that he can do those things and then turn it around and say that Biden and DOJ are weaponizing the system against him. You are doing illegal things. Stop it. There is no weaponization going on. It's illegalities going on. Stop it. And Republicans, oh man, okay, I don't even want to. I'll leave it. I'll leave it at that.
That's a whole nother episode right there.
That's a whole nother episode because I was gonna say, besides MAGA supporters, I always had high respect and honor for Republicans as being smart people, intellectual, professional. For the simple fact that they are allowing these things to go through and turning a blind eye and acting dumb and stupid. That smartness has gone out of the door because it's beyond ridiculous. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen, for your opinions on this matter of Trump being hacked.
Anytime.
What we can do now is we can put a timer, a clock, a counter timer on the website and see how many more hours or days it will take for them to take down the hack. Or I should say, how long is it going to take for Trump to pay his guys?
Never. Never.
All right.
Never.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this Sound Off. We will be back tomorrow for another Sound Off pertaining to the Republican debate, and also more talk on Trump's fourth arrest that will be happening on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. That will be tomorrow evening. If you had a goal that you achieved for the day, don't forget to say to yourself, this is how we do it. Have a good evening.